زمین گوشے پناہ کے بیٹھا ہے عرش سائے میں کسے بارگاہ کی بیٹھا ہے عرش سائے میں کسے بارگاہ کی بیٹے پکارتے ہیں کہ للہ امانا اتنا رو غلام پر نانا کہاں گئے ہیں بلا لائے ہم بتا ہم کپڑے پھاڑتے ہیں نہیں تو گلے لگا ہم کپڑے پھاڑتے ہیں نہیں تو نانا کے بعد یہ بے قدر ہم ہو سب ایک طرف حضور کے بھی پیار کم سب ایک طرف حضور کے بھی پیار کم ہمسائیاں یہ کہتی ہیں اے عاشق بدر دیدار مصطفیٰ تو ہے موقوف بشر پر ان کے وضع تو اپنی زیارت سے شاد کر حجرے میں پیٹتی تھی ایک ہے کر وہ نو حجرے میں پیٹتی تھی یہ کہہ کر وہ نوح گئے اب میں ہوں اور ایک غارت ہے صاحب بابا موئی کی خاص زیارت ہے صاحب بابا موئی کی خاص زیارت ہے صاحب آخر وہ پورے گریا سے عاجز ہوئے عرب حیدر کے پاس رونے کی فریاد لائے سب کی از فاطمہ سے کہو اے ولی رب یا سیدہ تمہاری رعیت ہے یا سیدہ تمہاری رعیت ہے جاں بلب کھانے کا کوئی وقت نہ سونے کا وقت ہے جو وقت ہے وہ آپ کے رونے کا وقت ہے جو وقت ہے وہ آپ کے رونے کا وقت ہے باہر سے مرتضیٰ گئے گھر میں جھکائے سر مونڈھا پہ رو رہی تھی اکیلی وہ خود سیر دینے لگے پیام عرب شائے بحر و بر گھبرا کے بولی ہائے کروں کیا میں بے گھبرا کے بولے ہائے کروں کیا میں بے پدر قابو میں موت ہو میں تو مر جاؤں یا بابا کا سوگ لے کے کدھر جاؤں یا بابا کا سوگ لے کے کدھر جاؤں یا میری طرف سے اہل مدینہ کو دو پیام لوگوں خفا نہ ہو میری رخصت ہے صبح و شام دو چار دن ہے تمہارے محلے میں ہے مقام رونے کی دھوم ہو چکی اب کام ہے تمام رونے کی دھوم ہو چکی گھبراتی ہو وطن میں سفر کے مہینے سے بابا سدھارے کام مجھے کیا مدینے سے بابا سدھارے کام مجھے کیا مدینے نگاہ کرتے ہیں کیا شاہ لافتہ مطبخ ہے گرم آری دے جو ہے گوندا ہوا نہلا رہی ہے بچوں کو مل مل کے پھیلا دیے ہیں کرتے بھی دھوئے جدا جدا پھیلا دیے ہیں کرتے بھی دھو کر جدا جدا پوچھا کہ اتنے کاموں کا جو شغل آج ہے اس وقت کچھ باتوں اس وقت کچھ بہا تمہارا مزاج ہے بولی کہ آج رات کو ہو جاؤں گی کل میرے کاروبار میں تم ہوں گے خود نڈھال رات کا میرے بچوں کی ہوگا کسے نہلا دھولا دیا کہ پریشان تھا ان کہا نہلا دھولا دیا کہ پریشان تھا ان کہا کرتے بھی دھوئے پوت بھی کل تک دے چلی صحرا نہ دیکھا ایک ارمان لے چلی صحرا نہ دیکھا ایک ارمان لے چلی بلقیس پاس ہے کس کی جناب ہے محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد
محمد وآل محمد صلوات. Let's welcome all the Zaireen with Alhamdulillah have reached here safely and pray for the other Zaireen who are still in those Muqam Muqaddasa, and remember who has been in plane crash or other has been shaheed. So with a louder salwa. Today the Baruch has been sponsored by ICZ itself. So please recite a louder salawat for yourself and all the ICZ community member. For Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Please recite 5 times on Yujib for all mu'min and mu'minat who are in difficulties, and for your own difficulties, and all mu'min and mu'minat who in the Bay Area who are in difficulties. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amman yujibul mustarra idha da'ahu wa yakshifu as-su'. 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 Please recite 1 time Surah Hamd and 3 times Surah Ikhlas for all marhumin, mu'mineen and mu'minat, your own marhum mu'mineen and mu'minat, and for the marhum mu'mineen and mu'minat whose name is written on the monument of Zahra, and like I mentioned, for all the shaheed who has been in the air crash in the Ukraine, in Iran, and other shuhada who has been died during the tadfeen of Qasim Soleimani, and all the other marhum mu'mineen and mu'minat. Please recite 1 time Surah Hamd and 3 times Surah Ikhlas. Now I request Maulana Hari Yasin to come to the member and address the المجلس بدل louder صلوات اللهم
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بعد بلند صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
الطيبين الطاهرين ونعمة الدائمة لأعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. May Allah inshallah accept our du'as, our prayers, our mourning for Ahlul Bayt inshallah, and reward us for our presence tonight in this majlis. Recite another salawat and gift it to Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Our condolences and the shahadat and martyrdom of the noble lady of Islam, Sayyidat Nisal Alameen, the best lady in both world, the whole universe. Hazrat Zahra Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, first and foremost to Imam of time, and to you all mu'minin and mu'minat, inshallah.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
It's good to be back, home sweet home. Our home is here, alhamdulillah. Great to see you all mu'minin and mu'minat. Alhamdulillah, faces with Iman Nurani. It's indeed a great feeling. I definitely remember all those mashahid al-musharraf and ziyarat that we went, alhamdulillah. So great for all of you, for the whole community, specifically Islam and Shia, inshallah. May Allah, inshallah, give us tawfiq to go next trip all together, inshallah. Barakat wa salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Soon, inshallah, we'll be able to go to ziyarat of the shrine of Hazrat Zahra Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Islam comes with witnessing and confessing the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is unique and one, and you believe that the Prophet of Islam is the Prophet of Allah, Islam comes with that. Ahkam of Islam and Muslimin will be jari and sa'i for that person. That person can marry Muslim, that person will be buried in the cemetery of Muslims, will be treated as a Muslim. But that is not Iman. That is not faith. Iman is something else. Islam comes with the origin of Islamic distance. But Iman comes with the branches of Tawheed. Islam comes with details of disbeliefs. That someone believes in details and practices the details of the origin of Ahkam of Islam and what Islam brings for human beings. That's what Quran keeps saying that. قَالَتِ الْأَعْرَابُ آمَنَّا قُلْ لَمْ تُؤْمِنُوا. Arab said, oh, we're mu'min, we have Iman. Tell them, no, you don't have. وَلَمَّا يَدْخُلِ الْإِيمَانُ. Iman did not enter into your heart at all. Who are these Arab? They're Muslims, right? فَالْقُولُوا أَسْلَمْ. You should say we're Muslim, not mu'min. Very interesting how Allah in the Quran, He separates these two from each other. Yes, you should say Islam, but not mu'min. What is this Iman? What are the lawazim and necessities of this Iman that it would not come with the shahadat and witnessing with the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the prophethood of the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
The details of religion will bring Iman to you. And the more you practice them, the more Iman you will have. It will add into the Iman that you should have. So, one of the most important, according to Islam, according to Quran, according to traditions, one of the most important lawazim and details of Iman is hub, love. Whatever belongs to Allah, we should love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself, for sure, and whatever belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The more you love Allah, the more you love what Allah loves and who Allah loves, the more Iman comes to you. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. Those people that they have Iman, they're so confirmed, they have a lot of love of Allah in their hearts. They love Allah so passionately. It's not just I love Him, you know. Sometimes you like someone, sometimes you love someone, sometimes you die for someone. This love is so passionate. The level of love towards Allah and whoever Allah loves is equal to the level of Iman. You see how much Imam Hussein, how much he loved Allah and what he did because of that love for the sake of Allah. You see what Amir al-Mu'mineen did, what he tolerated in Fataliyah, that he saw what happened. He grabbed the collar of that mal'oon, like this, right? He said, you know if I want to do something, I can do it. I've been ordered to be patient and quiet for the sake of Islam. You all know. The one who pulled out the door of Khaybar cannot take care of this little, enemies over there. Of course I can, but I have to be patient here, right? This sabr of Amir al-Mu'mineen is more important than the war and the fight of thousands and thousands of warriors in the world. Because you can go fight, you can go. That's what Allah says, what? Control of your nafs. This is the most important. Amir al-Mu'min at the moment is controlling his nafs. One of the titles of Amir al-Mu'min is Ghayratullah. The Ghayrat of Allah, right? Allah has Ghayrat. And for His servants He has Ghayrat. You can't have the love of Allah and His enemies in your heart. Amir al-Mu'min is Ghayratullah. He's so passionate towards what belongs to Allah and how he protects his wife and his family. At the moment that he has to control his nafs and doesn't say anything for the sake of Islam, it shows the love of Amir al-Mu'min towards Allah. Ashaddu hubban lillah. Because for the sake of him, I will sacrifice my family. Ashaddu hubban lillah. We see that in Quran, we have this as well. The traditions of Rasulullah, we have this as well. قُلْ لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا مَوَدَّةَ فِي الْغُرْبَةِ. Mawaddah is above love, more than love. The ajr of Risalah is what? Love towards Ahlul Bayt. The ajr of Risalah is love. إِنِّي تَارِكُ فِيكُمُ الثَّقْلَيْنِ. Right? Two things. The kitab of Allah, you have to stay with it. Ahlul Bayt. It looks like what the target of Islam for Muslimin is what? Iman. To become mu'min, to increase the Iman. Then he says, the ajr of Risalah is what? Love of Ahlul Bayt. That means if you want to increase your Iman, you should love Ahlul Bayt more and more and more. The more you love Allah, the more what belongs to Allah. What is the best things that belong to Allah? Ahlul Bayt. The more you love them, the more Iman goes higher and higher. A matter of fact, Quran said, this is good for yourself, not me. This love would benefit you yourself, not me myself. That's why we have many ayat about Ahlul Bayt. Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. You have to obey, you have to follow Allah and Rasul and ulil amr. Who are the ulil amr? So Allah says, follow me, follow Rasul. He himself is, mashallah, we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how, subhanallah, He's pure and everything is all filth things and everything is away from Him. And Rasul, we know that He's the most important creature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then in this category, the ita'at, obedience of someone should come that is alongside with this too. See what I'm saying? Imagine if a teacher comes to the students and say, I want you to get A+, or maybe A. Something towards this. He wouldn't say A+, and if you get, F is good as well. No, it should be the same rank, the best. When Allah talks about the ita'at of Rasul, should be next ita'at of Ma'sum after Rasul. Allah would not order the ita'at and obedience of someone or some people who are not immaculate. Allah would not order this. Therefore, the more you love Ahlul Bayt, the more you will have Iman. Love of Ahlul Bayt adds into your Iman. What we have to dissect it, how is it possible? So what do I mean by love? As soon as I say love, it comes to the emotional connection with someone, right? So I love someone. I like to spend time with that person. I love that person's personality. But is this the whole love? The more you love to spend time with someone, the more you say, I love this person, the characteristics, the personality, so forth. But this is not the whole love that we see here. Let me explain here, and we're going to go back and forth. You love good characteristics. If someone is generous, you love generosity. You love kindness. Not only you love that personality, you love the container, which is that person as well. You love the person itself. You love the person because of what? The personalities as well. When you look at Ahlul Bayt, when you look at Sayyidah Zahra Salamun alayha, you see that they are the collections of all beauties that you can imagine in this dunya. And we're claiming it. We have documents for it. When you go to Ahlul Bayt, the collections of all beauties and good characteristics and everything that possibly comes to your mind that a great personality, a great human being should have these things to the topest level. Sayyidah Zahra, she has it herself. Islam comes to what? Islam comes to complete the akhlaq, to complete the best manner for people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has to show a sample for us. Islam without Ahlul Bayt, we said that in Jummah prayer today. Islam without Ahlul Bayt is just a theory. Islam without Hazrat Rasulullah is a bunch of rules and theories that no one could practice. You see what I'm saying? So imagine, they say in school or in company, you should be like this and like this and like, but no one could be like that. So it's just in theory, so it's impossible to reach it. Islam becomes real with Ahlul Bayt. That's why Amir al-Mu'mineen is Quran and not spoken Quran. That's why if you take Ahlul Bayt away from Islam, it becomes Wahhabism. All those false beliefs, wrong ideas, Aqeedah bil-Ra'i, right? Tafsir bil-Ra'i, so I believe in it, so I think it's this way. Allah has, hands and legs, He comes down, and Friday night He comes down, He wrestles with some of the Anbiya and Awliya, so what is that Islam that you see? You might be able to alternate the theory of Islam on text and textbooks, as they did. Forged a lot of ahadith and faith, right? But you cannot alternate the personality of that person. You cannot change that person. You can say that Islam is this way and this way and this way, but you can't bring someone else like Amir al-Mu'mineen Hazrat Zahra. They are the symbol of Islam. They became Islam themselves. So if you want to see what is Islam, you look at them. And again, we're talking about this faza'il, attributes of Ahlul Bayt. We're spreading out the beauties of Ahlul Bayt. Otherwise, they don't need it. Imagine we keep talking about how warm is the sun, how beautiful is sun. So we're not benefiting the sun. It's just already there and it's doing whatever it's doing, right? We're just talking about the attributes of the sun. It's for us. So we've collected 40 different titles about Sayyidah Zahra Salamun and Tawheed, Zahra and Nubuwwah, Zahra and Adl, Zahra and Imamah, justice, all force and honor. When we talk about we have hadith from Imam Baqir alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. هل الدين إلا الحب والبغض؟ هل It is ayah. Deen is nothing beside hope and books. You love some people and you hate others. And I mean by saying books means you hate it. Tanafur, right? Oh, let's be calm and cool. No. You have to love someone, you have to hate someone. You have to love Allah and what belongs to Allah. You have to hate the enemies of Allah. When it comes to shaitan, you can't say, I just don't like shaitan. No, you hate shaitan. Right? And shayateen, jinn wal ins. Up until today, you should love whatever belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whoever is alongside Allah, and whoever is alongside with the path of shaitan. That some human beings, they already perceive shaitan. They're doing better than shaitan in the wrong way. Shaitan himself is like, oh my God, I didn't know that you could do these things. Inshallah. You know? They're ahead of shaitan by how they're cunning and what they think. And you see every day. It's not something surprising now, unfortunately. Therefore, when we talk about love of Ahlul Bayt, we're talking about practicing Islam through that love. We said how this love is going to help. Quran says, if you love, you have to act upon your love. If you're sitting here in Fatimiyya, the Azah of Sayyidatuna Sallallahu Alameen, you have to think about yourself. Alhamdulillah that I have this tawfiq, or they have the muhabbat of Zahra and her family in my heart. So I have this seed rooted, alhamdulillah, in my heart. So what else? You have the best soil in the world, you put the seed in it. It's not going to grow very well if you don't take care of it. The seed of Iman is there, alhamdulillah, Allah bestowed it to us. But what else after that? I need to take care of this. I am the gardener for this seed. I need to take care of that. To provide whatever is necessary for this seed to grow, to make sure the issues, to help this seed to get rid of the issues and problems and difficulties. It's me that I have to nurture this love in my heart. When you look throughout Islam, how many people came, what they did up until today, what they did for the sake of Islam. They gave their life, the duties that they had for the sake of this Islam and this religion and this Maktab Ahlul Bayt. They give their whole life. Who is better than Sayyidina Sallallahu? Who is better than Shuhada that we have? And today, the only thing we have to do is what? Keep this Islam alive, practicing it and giving it to the next generation. And it's still that hard, I'm talking about myself. It's still so hard, You mean, yeah, inshallah, I'm struggling not to lie anymore. Struggling not to do ghaibah. Seriously? I'm struggling to do my salat awwal waqt. I'm not saying not to pray. On time, mashallah. You're still struggling. Some people are way ahead of us. How they're benefiting Islam and Muslimin. What they're doing for the sake of Islam. And I'm still struggling about some ahkam al-valiyah of Islam. The original ahkam of Islam, how to practice. This love should help me to grow. This love should help me to see, okay, what else should I do for this love? From that side, it's just giving and giving and giving and giving. But further, what should come from my side? You're taking the first step, alhamdulillah, being in the majalis of Ahlul Bayt, being in the Fatimiyya, Majlis of Hazrat something like that. What else? What is the next step? What should I do? One of the aspects of Islam, very interesting. When you look at the recommendation of Islam, it says that there are few of the ahkam of Islam that you should practice them in private. Recommendation that you have to practice them in private, not in front of others. You shouldn't show off. If you want to give charity, help someone, sadaqah, quietly. Zikr, salawat, something else, quietly. So others will not see it, so you don't have to show it in front of them, unless there is a reason to do it. A lot of traditions we have about this. Make sure you get away from riyah, hypocrisy, so you don't do it in front of others. There was a hadith from Imam Baqir alayhi salatu wasalam. It says someone does something in private for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They give them the full thawab, right? Then he goes or she goes talk to someone about this. they take part of the sawab away from it. If they keep saying to others, they take another part of the sawab. The third or fourth person, they take all the sawab away. So it's not that you do something khair, it's already done. No. It's very interesting. You can do something to destroy the thawab that you got. Sometimes happen, someone helps. Yeah, I was in fundraising, alhamdulillah, that night. Yeah, it was very good. Somehow he's going to prove that I paid this much. He's looking for a way. Yeah, they have different amounts, Some people say, alhamdulillah, Allah gave tawfiq, we paid, mashallah, this amount as well. So you just want somehow that some others, Or you buy something, a gift for someone, right? Not you, people ask. Buy something for, and then you see that he's not mentioning it at all. Is it working well? Is everything is fine? Because you want him to say, yeah, thank you so much again and again. So something is in the heart, right? This is one side, that you do something for the sake of Allah in private. But interestingly, opposite of that, we have recommendations that you should do many things publicly in front of others. You shouldn't hide. Sometimes sadaqah, you shouldn't hide it. You should show it in front of others to promote it. It goes back to your heart. What is the intention, right? To promote it. Sometimes you see that people are not helping. You say, no, I'm going to help this amount. Yes, a big number. So it will help others to promote, others to what? To pay more, right? Sometimes you have to do it. One of the most important things, we call this thing sha'a'ir of Allah. It comes from what? Shu'ar. What is shu'ar? Slogans. Sha'a'ir. That you do these things, you practice things publicly in front of others to promote Islam. Specifically when it comes to origin of Islam, origin of deen. That you want to strengthen the origin of deen and iman for people. You see that certain group of people, they dress the same way, their hairstyle is the same way, the details of their appearance is the same way, because they want to promote the style that they have. In Islam, there are many things you have to what? Do it publicly, in front of others. One of the main things is to support Islam, is to support the Maktab of Ahlul Bayt, is to support the origin of Islam in front of the enemies specifically. Not to hide that you're a Muslim, not to show that you're weak, you're afraid of something or someone. The major target of enemies of Islam is to scare you of being Muslim. From the beginning, Shaykh Abi Talib, they were going to scare people from being Muslim. Exile them to Shaykh Abi Talib, right? Islamophobia at that time. They said, oh my God, we're not Muslim. Up until today, they wanted to do this. So my responsibility is what? Opposite. I strengthen this sha'a'ir. I show them, no, one of the most important of this sha'a'ir is what? This majalis of Ahlul Bayt that we have. Imam Hussein himself, he could say, brothers and sisters, we can stay in Medina, inshallah. The main goal is iman, to get closer to Allah, right? So let's stay in Medina all together. Forget about Yazid, he's a very bad person. Stay together in Medina, don't talk about him. We're going to practice Islam together, so we're going to be close to Allah. But he didn't. He came out, he shouted, he yelled at Yazid. He showed what he is standing for. And he became sacrificed for the sake of that shi'ar and slogan. See what I'm talking about? On the opposite side, Abu Musa Ash'ari or others, is saying, I can't go help Hussein. I have 12 more rakat salah I have to finish here. He thinks Islam is by the number of raka'at of salah. In Rome, when British were there in Iran, they were killing Fazlullah Nuri, Sheikh Fazlullah Nuri, right? It was at the Ashura. The group of people, they had the, they were doing tatbir. They had the sword in their hand to hit themselves in Ashura. Someone came and says, the British are killing Fazlullah, your marja, go help him. He says, no, Imam Hussein is more important. You have to do the azaf for Imam Hussein. And there's next, when there is confusion, indeed this will happen. Sharaf Allah, showing it, doing it publicly, to strengthen the origin of Islam. This is exactly what you see Sayyidina Nisa alayhi Sayyidina Zahra sallallahu alayhi she did. By defending the imamat, the vilayat, by defending the imam of her time. What Sayyidina Zahra did again and again. What do you think, who do you think Sayyidina Zainab learned from? That she has to support the vilayat from her mother. She sacrificed herself, not for her husband first, for her imam first. And she did it publicly. She did it publicly. You know that she went to the masjid after the attack to the house. The beautiful khutbah and sermon that she had. And the first Caliph are sitting, Sunni and Shia, they narrate this. The first Caliph are sitting, the second sitting, all Muslims are sitting. Go read what she talked about in that khutbah and sermon in front of all Muslims. Defending the vilayat. By everything she had. كل شيء هالك. Everything is perishable. Go away, except anything and everything belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What you have in this dunya, what you did in this dunya, it will be all gone. You will not even remember that. You don't even remember who is the father of your father or something, you know. You don't even remember what they did, what they didn't do. The only things that you remember are those things you do for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If one of your ancestors donated something, built something back in the country, a madrasa, a masjid or something, you go back, my grandfather, he built this. My grandfather, he did something in Brazil. This is the promise of Allah. Only things that you do for the sake of Allah stays in this dunya and will be in akhirat for sure. Only thing. Hazrat Zahra, she defended the vilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen. For the sake of Allah. Not only during her time she supported that, up until today, after 1400 years, she's still defending the vilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the Imam of Amir al-Mu'mineen, through what she did at that time. How? You know that. The only thing that they cannot answer right now is where is the grave of Sayyidah Zahra. We know that she was pregnant 6 months. So she all of a sudden got sick only a few weeks after the demise of Rasulullah. And everything was rosy, color, beautiful. She got sick, 18 or 19 years old lady, healthy, everything was fine. All of a sudden, alright, she got sick. She is Sayyidatun Nisar al-Alameen. And Rasulullah says, I smell heaven from you. Rasulullah kissed the hands of Zahra sallallahu. She was the major one that Rasulullah loved the most in this dunya. Anytime Rasulullah is going out of Medina, he stops to see Zahra sallallahu. Whenever he comes back, he stops to see Zahra sallallahu to say salam to her. The house of Zahra is the best house and the most important house for Rasulullah. And then she passes away, as you're saying. She passes away and no one comes to her funeral. And the Caliph of Islam would not pray for the Janazah of Sayyidah Zahra. And everything is fine as well, nothing happened. She's still defending the vilayat. When intention is for the sake of Allah. Even you're gone, you're not physically in this dunya, your messenger is still there. That's what happened to her son Imam Hassan. That's what happened to Imam Hussein. Up until today, they're defending Islam by the blood of Imam Hussein and the blood of Shuhada up until today. Many people at that time said, Imam Hussein became Shia. Oh my God, what's going to happen to us? Allah knows the best plan. These things happen over and over and over. He has the best plan. No one is better than Imam Hussein. No one is better than Sayyidah Zahra. Allah has the plan. Allah has the plan. When it's for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it defends. It will grow more and more and more. The musibah of Hazrat Zahra, it actually grew more. What we do these days, Before he was probably at that region and a little bit in Muslim Shia countries, a little bit here and there. Now it's in the United States, we're sitting at Yom Fatimiyya for Hazrat Zahra Salamu alayha. How amazing it is, right? It's growing. Now we see that in Muharram and Safar, in thousands and thousands of people all around, a million and million people around the world, they commemorate the Shahada moments, and it's growing. The blood of Shaheed grows. The musibat of Shaheed grows. They thought they can occupy the right of Amir al-Mu'mineen by what they did, by putting Sayyidah Zahra between the wall and the door. They thought everything is going to be finished there. No. Actually, what happened to Sayyidah Zahra Salaha was the beginning of defending the wilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Although it was very painful for Ali to see what happened to his wife Zahra Salaha. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you don't have the power to do something. You don't feel that much bad about yourself, you didn't do it. Sometimes you have the power, you can't do anything. That's so painful, you know that? You know you could, but you can't. You should tolerate it. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he knew what he can, what he should tolerate it. Asma said, one day I was in the house of Rasulullah. I saw Rasulullah and Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali, they were talking to each other. He said that I saw the vein of the neck of Ali pumping. I couldn't hear what they're saying, but I could just see that Ali is saying, Ya Rasulullah, if I be patient, would that help Islam or not? Would that help Islam or not? How difficult it is for Ali to see that mal'oon. He comes and kicks the door, and Zahra, this beautiful lady between the door and the wall. Let me tell you a story, it's going to be very sad. One day Amir al-Mu'mineen, he entered into his house. He saw that Zahra, she had the little stick. She's flossing her teeth with that little stick. All of a sudden it injured the gum of Zahra and it started bleeding a little bit. Amir al-Mu'mineen started his poetry. Tajarra'ata ya'ud al-Arak. Oh, the stick of Arak. You're so brave in front of me, you're hurting Zahra and it's bleeding because of me. Oh, Ali, what are you going to say that in front of you Zahra is bleeding? Inshallah, it's not true that the door had the nail came out of it. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. Ladies, they can hear me, they can, feel it more. When a lady is 6 months pregnant and she's between the wall and the door, how painful is that? It was the moment that Zahra says, Yo, Fizza to Khuzini, Fizza, come and help you, Zahra. Fizza, they killed my Mohsen. Oh, how painful. You don't know which side of it you have to narrate. It's like Ashura, you know that. Any side you narrate, the other side is more painful. You know that the other side is that the children of Zahra, they're still little, 4, 5, 6 years old. I don't know if they were behind the door, they saw what happened to their mother or not. Oh, Imam Hassan said, I was with my mother in the alleys of Medina when she was running out of after my father, and she was saying, don't take my husband, don't hurt my husband, when they put a rope around the neck of Ali and they were pulling her. Assalamu alaykum ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know the biggest musibat of Zahra when she is going to leave this dunya is what is going to happen to Ali. Asma said, she said, Zahra, she said, I'm going to lay on my bed. If you call me and I'm not answering, send Hassanain to masjid to call their father to come back. Oh, she called Zahra, she's not answering. She sent Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein to masjid, go tell your father to come back. Imam Hassan and Hussein ran towards masjid.
masjid. The masjid of the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen and masjid altogether closed. As soon as Ali heard about this news, he ran towards his house. They said few times Ali fell down on the ground on his face. The one who pulled out the door of Khaybar cannot stand the news of Shahadat of Zahra. When he came home, he grabbed the head of Zahra, put on his chest. Zahra is crying, Ali is crying. Zahra, why are you crying? Ali, while I was here, they were disrespecting you. I know what are they going to do after me, Ya Ali, to you. Zahra is saying his wasiyah to Ali, Ya Ali, ghassilni bil-layl, daflatni bil-layl. Wash my body also that night. Do not let any of these mal'oons come to my funeral. One more thing, Ali, my children are yatim, take care of them. My Zainab is still little, take care of her. I'm going to go past forward. When Amir al-Mu'mineen was at the grave of Zahra Salamun alayha, he wanted to put the body of Zahra in the grave. He said, I saw two hands look like the hands of Rasulullah. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, Astarjuk al-wadi'a. Ya Rasulullah, I'm giving back your amana to you. Maybe Rasulullah says, Ali, my amana's face was not red when I gave it to you. Ali, her ribs were not broken when I gave it to you. That's why Ali said, وَنَفْسِي عَلَىٰ زَفَرَاتِهَا مَحْبُوزَةً يَا لَيْتَهَا بَزَفَرَاتِ. Ali said, Zahra, I wish I would be dead now. And living this dunya, there's no reason to be in this dunya after you. Assalamu alayka ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Assalamu alayka ya Fatimah al-Zahra, ya Sayyidat al-Nisa al-Alameen, ya al-Hasan wal-Husayn. ورحمة الله وبركاته. ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم عجل وليك الفرج العافية والناس، ومد في عمره الشريف، وزين الأرض بطول بقائه، واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وشيعته. يا رحمن يا رحيم، ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم، بحق الزهراء hasten ظهور of her son Imam Mahdi. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, we need our Imam more than any other time. بحق الزهراء hasten the door of our Imam, Imam Mahdi. Ya Allah, give us tawfiq to be among the true followers of our Imam. Do not let anyone from our family and generations be against the path of Zahra and her children. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who have hajat and requests, especially my dear brothers and sisters, the adornment of the Majlis of Zahra Sallallahu, give them the best that you give to your awliya and your friends. Ya Allah, give them the khair hajat. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who are hurting Islam and Muslimin intentionally, anyhow they're doing it, send their evil back to themselves. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who are supporting Islam and Muslimin under any flag and clothing, give them long life with izzah and honor. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, there are many people all around the world that are under difficulties and issues. Bihaq al-Hussein and Zahra, Ya Allah, provide opportunities for their freedom. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who are sick, cure them, Bihaq al-Zahra at this moment. Those who passed away, send your tawab and regard to their soul from this majlis. Rahimallah man yaqra'u al-Fatihata ma as-salawat.
Ya Hussein, 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 Ya Hussein.